Hello everybody, I am Only777, this is the Dodgy Kebab, and today I bring you a Let's Compare video of the Capcom classic Final Fight. Now, I'll start by saying that Final Fight is the release to Street Fighter 1, believe it or not, and the pre-release Japanese posters actually show the game called Street Fighter 89, as in 1989. But just before the arcade release, the game was renamed to Final Fight. So, in this video we'll be looking at three main versions of the game: the original arcade version, the Mega CD version, and the Super Nintendo version. Let's look at the intro. In both the arcade and SNES versions, you read the text at the bottom to get the backstory, but on the Mega CD version, you actually get the characters speaking. Hey! Now, next in the Japanese arcade version, Jessica has been stripped down to her bra, but outside of Japan, she's covered up to stop young boys from touching themselves to this game. Here's the arcade and Mega CD versions showing Guy and Cody about to go on their rescue mission. And on the SNES, where's Guy gone? Where has Guy gone? Well, let's move on to the player select screen. Here's the arcade. Here's the Mega CD. Now this is the Super Nintendo version, and fucking Guy is nowhere to be seen. He's been cut from the game. You want to play as Guy on the Super NES? Well, you're gonna need to buy Final Fight Guy. People these days bitch about £3 for a new character. Try paying 50 quid for the same goddamn game just to play as Guy. You know what? You get it? And fucking Cody's not in that version at all. Fuck you, Capcom. Anyway, the graphics on the arcade are pretty nice, with some good walking animation. Something the Mega CD can also boast. The SNES? Well, not so much. The graphics look nice, but the animation along with Guy has been cut down. Fuck knows how they couldn't manage to fit it all in, even though a few years later on down the line they managed to cram Street Fighter Alpha 2 onto the SNES. Madness. Well, let's move on to the music. This is another area where the Mega CD scores pretty well. This is how the arcade sounds. This is the glorious Mega CD sounds. And this is the smelly old Super Nintendo. There are other little effects that got missed from the SNES version, like the transitions between areas. On the SNES, the player just appears. This is the arcade. This is the Mega CD. And this is the dirty SNES version. Well, I think we can all safely say that the Mega CD version is totally underrated as the best port of the game, and the Super Nintendo really looks rather poor. Well, maybe I'm being harsh, maybe I'm bitter about the whole Guy thing, but I'll leave you with this. 50 quid! Fuck you, Capcom!